Is it working? Hello. Probably be talking to myself for a whole while because I didn't mention to anyone that I was trying this out today. So, just gonna wait here for a while, see if anything happens. Because someone has to tell me if it worked, if you can hear me, if you can see me, all of that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. How does Instagram Live work? I forgot. No. I totally forgot how to do that. Live, here we go, live. Hi there. This is Liveception. I'm Anna from Astral Tarot, by the way. I am trying out a live on my YouTube for the very first time, and someone has to come up and tell me whether it works or not, whether you can hear me or not. I mean, I can see people, this is funny, I can see people going live, hi, but I'm actually trying out live on YouTube. Hey, Bradley. Hi there. Yep, I'm trying out live on YouTube, but I'm just talking to myself, and that's normal because I didn't tell anyone that I was trying this out. I wasn't even sure if it was gonna work. That's why. But yes, please go ahead on my YouTube. I'm seeing someone come in. Hi there. Can you hear me and see me? That's all I want to know. And then we can just have a chat. The only thing I have to offer you at this very moment is one card readings, or of course we can just talk about tarot and all the good stuff. Someone is saying, yes, you can hear me and see me. Hello, there you are. You're not just talking to yourself. Hi, Maddie. But I am in Liveception right now because I'm also live on Instagram. I'm going to have to quit Instagram. Trust you guys that you will come to my YouTube. It's Astral Lady Tarot. Wait, no, is it? It's called Anna Astral Lady Tarot on YouTube. I'm live right now, so I hope I will see you. Okay? Then I can stop the liveception. Okay. I hope I'll see you there. Bye-bye. Okay. Hi, this is just YouTube now. How's everyone doing? Are you all at home? I'm speaking English because I thought there wouldn't only be Dutch people watching. So wave if English is good. Let's see if that worked. No, not yet. Yes, home and good. I am also at home. Well, actually not exactly. I'm at my boyfriend's house. But we will soon go back to my place, just so that we have a kind of a equal time in our own home. So I brought a whole bunch of stuff, laptop, camera, my tarot books that I'm reading right now, my tarot journal, my three tarot decks. Three tarot decks plus one that I'm drawing myself. I can show you those. That's a work in progress. Just got home. I'm a supermarket minion. What does that mean, Maddie? A supermarket minion. Well, for the deck that I'm drawing, it's a Marseille deck. I'm using one side that's coated 350 GSM paper or cardstock, and the other side is not coated, so it absorbs the ink really well. And it's white, starch white, but I tea stained it a little bit. But unfortunately, when I use the eraser on it, because I first draw on it with pencil and then I go over it with one of those really fine markers that I have next to me somewhere, then I kind of erase the tea stain as well. So I end up with white cards, but less starch white than they would have been, I'm sure. Hey, Annie. What am I up to today? Well, I'm doing my first live and it's exciting. Thank you for coming. Wow, I am excited to see. I don't know how you see how many people there are in, but five people watching, and I'm so happy. Hi, guys. What are you up to today, Annie? Oh, Maddie works in the supermarket. Oh, yeah, so things have changed, huh? They wear gloves. In some places, they have the screen, the plastic screen, and everywhere they taped the floor. I'm in Amsterdam. I'm in Amsterdam, by the way. I'm in Holland. So in some places they tape the floor so that it kind of shows how much space you have, so that you don't walk or stand too close to one another. And so I can show you the process. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards that I drew myself, hand drawn. But that's, I think, a beauty of a Marseille tarot deck, that the really, really special ones are actually hand drawn and, kind of organic more, in a way it's someone's craft. And I don't draw very well. I mean, this is all right for me, but this is my deck. It's going to be my hand-drawn Marseille tarot deck. So excited about that. Oh no, Annie, are you sick? No fever, yeah. Hope the positive thinking helps. Just wondering, do you prefer to keep your decks in pouches or wooden boxes? Definitely wooden boxes. This is my favorite deck, my favorite Centennial Rider-Waite-Smith. This is one of those, so I am a bit crafty, I think, but that tarot brings that out in me. This is one of those super cheap boxes. They're light wood. The top is bigger, like that. There's a handle, and it opens this way. So the hardware would be here, and this opening would be there. Oh, you can see still the little traces of the hardware. This is where the hinges would be, the box that opens. You can buy them at Xenos or Action. And all I did was a lot of work, but I made the top of the box. I how do you say that? I took it off, so it used to be like this, and now it's just the top. And then I drew, of course, the High Priestess, which was one of the first one of the extra cards in the deck. And then it's all wood stain, and then Mod Podge, because I didn't have any actual, stuff for wood. I don't know what that's called. This is a picture I printed out, and it was black and white, and I made some, vintage looking coloration, and then also I made like a black velvet thing inside. So yes, they move around in there, but actually I really don't mind. This is my deck. I use it all the time. This is like year-long handling the deck, and I didn't edge this at all. This is just the wear of the deck, and it's fine by me. I love how you craft them. Yeah, this one was the first one that I actually really put effort in, and yeah, you can tell it took a while. Oh yeah, and of course it's, I also sanded everything, because the edges aren't rounded like that. It's really rough box. It's one of those typical jewelry boxes that you give to your kid, to craft on, to stick macaroni on. Awesome, you're doing your own deck. Love it, that's so cool. Yes, sand it, yes. Yes, my own deck. Let me show you the first card I drew. I'm absolutely not going in, starting from the full ending with the 10 of Pentacles or something like that. Not at all. I started with the 5 of Cups. Don't exactly know why. But it's wonky, but I don't mind. I drew this really quickly, but I was happy enough for now, at least, with the result. So I kept it. I'm using, I can't show you now because the laptop is actually leaning on that book, but I have the Way of the Tarot by Jodorowsky, his deck, I use as a reference because I think it's very historically accurate. But then at the same time, I am me, and I did not connect to the Kamoa Jodorowsky tarot deck. So I am using different colors, and here and there I'm changing this shape. For instance, here, these little plants that look like hands. I think in his deck, they're actually flowers. But I don't want my deck to be too girly. I'm not very girly. Whatever that means, by the way. But, I started with this card and I was quite happy with it. What was my second card? Oh, yeah. Now I love this one. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Coins, I should say. And I love purple in tarot. Tarot is more than just card reading for you. It's also about expressing your artistic talents. Bravo. Thanks. Yeah, I don't feel I really have this artistic talent. I used to draw a lot as a child, but then I decided to go to the dance academy, and I didn't have time for anything else apart from dance. But now, this is the best time I could ever imagine to start making my own deck, start drawing my own deck. Why the cold colors? You mean this? I'm not a big fan of red. And actually also this is inspired by my favorite deck, which is a Marseille. It's a Triomphe de la Luna Paradoxical by Patrick Valenza. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know it's my favorite. So let me show you the border here is purple. Whereas, for instance, in the swords, it's pink. And then in the cups, it's blue. in the wands, it's green. Can't really tell, but it's green. And whoa. And I don't know, I grew accustomed to seeing the coins with purple. I feel it feels so luxurious, but I'm probably also saying that because this is the Nine of Pentacles. It looks pretty fancy, doesn't it? But also I link purple to spirituality, also light blue, but purple. And then the coins are very earthly and material. I think we all know what that means, what the coins represent. But there's also spirit in there. I don't really know how to explain. Hope that makes sense. But I'm actually quite a fan of colder colors overall. I grow less tired of them. Cool colors. Yes, Alan. Hi, Alan. They are not cold colors. They are cool colors. Cool like me, because I'm not cold. All right, let's not forget. Okay, let's keep going. This was the third card I drew. Now, I really wasn't sure about the black swords, but I think they look rad. They remind me of samurai swords. So you can tell the inspiration. Yeah, here we go. Because normally swords don't show the handle of the sword and don't show this, the end growing wider. They're really just lines almost. And I even drew, but I was confident in that it would be a good choice. I even drew a little drop of blood underneath the cut flower because it's the Four of Swords. I think that fits really well. That was definitely, I cannot deny that, inspired by Patrick Valenza's Four of Swords. I love that card so much. It reminds me of a sacred magic flower that's kind of like stuck in time, just like in Beauty and the Beast or as in The Little Prince. There's a flower under a dome, and she stays in her beauty, but she actually doesn't have a life anymore because they defy the laws of nature in a way. They by sticking her under a protective dome, that means that she won't wilt. That means that she also doesn't live anymore. She doesn't live her life anymore. So I think that kind of, fits in with the Four of Swords, because the four keeps in that energy that we've built up so far. But then also there's that second layer in there that means, well, you're not moving forward. So you're going to have to lift the dome in the Five of Swords and leave that stability behind you, right? Definitely cool. The life is in the blood. Yes, Bram Stoker and Dracula. Yes. It's beautiful how much space you allowed in between the coins in your own cards. I'm sometimes frustrated with how squashed together the symbols are in some decks. Let's compare to the Marseille I have here. I really feel that that the Jodorowsky deck does that really well, keeping the spaces in between the coins, because there has to be space for the foliage. And then I also, of course, use this one as an example. Yeah, I definitely kind of mixed it here. I used the standard, you could say, Camoin Jodorowsky leaves, But then for the flowers, I gave them little pointy ends instead of the rounded ends, the rounded petals that I don't like. This looks nicer to me. Oh yeah, and this is cool, I can actually recommend doing this. At least until now. So far, I've done like 12 cards and I'm not nearly finished or halfway done at all. But already I'm understanding why certain lines are where they are and certain dots and certain, even though I'm adding and changing, then I'm adding and changing. I love to have a little bit of black in every card to keep the cards more dark. I don't really like to have a super vibrant deck. Can you tell? I mean, this is pretty vibrant, but I agree. Then I made, well, this is my wands. This was particularly hard to find the colors for, to choose the colors for. I know that in the Eight of Wands, in the Eight, that's where the perfection starts. So actually, I wasn't supposed to draw these leaves, but it felt so bare. I had to draw something extra. And it still looks pretty balanced, pretty perfect to me. What do you think? Did I choose the right colors for the wands? Because my swords were already black. And I really did, I did want to add that little bit of wands are fire. So they either look like paintbrushes or like torches, small torches, or candles even. Did you use markers or color? Yeah, I use markers. I just use what I have. This is like they're all this brand, so like no brand. This is from Action. Oh God, and I don't even know why I bought these back then, but they do the trick. I have them and yeah, that's just what I have, basically. I'm using what I have. Light blue is spiritual. Yes, I agree. I just said that before. Red and yellow is fire, exactly. And then the green is because the wands are alive. They have greenery, they have foliage, they are alive. They are not wooden sticks, But I think I already colored in the blue and then the green, and then I added a little bit of black, like I wanted in every card. And then with the flower being, the leaves being green, I just couldn't bear to add any red. So I just skipped red and I put orange instead. Green is life. Yes, it is. And it's also, I think it's my favorite color. I think it is. Yeah. Also, how do you say that? Positive, no, pluspunt. Help me out, Annie. What's the word? Oh no, I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to say that when you draw your own cards, you don't have to worry about copyright. That stupid joke took way too long to tell. But okay, the first major card, because I figured, okay, I trust myself that I can draw the pips. That's what I really wanted to start with. That was the interesting thing to me, because I know how to read Marseille, but that's probably better for the sound, right? It was a little heater. I know how to read Marseille, but that deep into the pip cards as to draw them myself, every single line, every single. I love it though. So far, I'm doing minimum of one card a day, maximum of two. So that's pretty good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just to really get into it. But then I figured I also need to prove to myself that I know how to draw people because the rest of the deck, the major arcana, which I haven't tried yet, and then the courts. I haven't drawn any courts yet. So here I have my first three majors that I drew, and I started how fittingly with the Hermit, and I didn't finish the coloration, by the way. But I like this guy. Okay, you have to tell me, is the image flipped? Or do you see it? Can you read this? But yeah, I'm quite happy about the Hermit. And I kept some Jodorowsky traits, as in he has blue hair and a blue beard, and this little triangle in his lantern is blue, and he also has a blue hand. And then there's also this little thing explanation about him having here hidden in his clothes. Um, what's that? A moon that is, uh, yeah. Anyway, just a moon like that, a sliver. And I emphasized it in his staff, and then also I juiced up his lantern a little bit. Not flipped, not mirrored. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can see. Also, I really love in Marseille that the numbers keep counting up. You don't have that in the Patrick Valenza deck. In the Patrick Valenza deck, you have 10, you have 1, 10, which means 10 minus 1. That means 9. And here you actually have 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 9. After the 8, which is V, 1, 2, 3, you have to keep counting up. So that's why the 9 in the Marseille, because it's all about that sequence, keeps counting up. Yeah, I kind of like him. He's all right. Then I drew La Papesse, the High Priestess. I wanted to give her really aquatic colors because to me, the High Priestess is all about that, under the surface. And I also included, I couldn't help myself, the Boaz and Joachim pillars idea from the Rider-Waite Smith. So this side is black and this side is white. And I deliberately added the egg of the Kamil Jodorowsky deck because he added that. Although when you see Robledo deck, Pablo Robledo deck, you can see in her clothes that she has something that is shaped like an oval, like an egg, and it's never an egg until the Kamil Jodorowsky deck, who actually said, that's an egg, we have to make it clear. But I just simply added the egg. She's in gestation. He makes me think of him standing at the top of the snowy mountain. Could be cool blue colors and then frozen face. Absolutely. Yes, but he is standing at the top of the mountain in my mind. A kind looking high priestess instead of a grumpy, serious looking one. Well, they have to look kind. Look, he's kind of serious, but he's just in contemplation. Yeah, I agree. She looks kind. She's all right. Didn't finish the coloration also. Let me see. Okay, I drew the 9 of Wands. This is so boring to me. I think I'm gonna have to add something. I really like the 9 of Wands of the Patrick Valenza deck. He adds all of this stuff, but the stuff looks good and it looks like it's meant to be there. Here, look at this. Whoa. Careful. Careful with your favorite cards, guys. Look at that. He adds all these thorns. They look like claws and they remind me of the actually they remind me of the 9 of Wands in the Pamela Coleman Smith, Rider-Waite-Smith deck, because the claws mean hang on. You still have you have to grab on to this situation if you want to make it to the end, kind of thing. And then also with the thorns, it's like you're coming out of that perfection and now you can see that something isn't perfect, but you are growing. So, hi. What's wow? What's oh? Am I blowing your mind with my wisdom or I'm kidding. Or did you like this boring looking card? Hmm? Tell me. Have you seen the Hermit in the Valenza deck? He's so sweet, and I actually want him, but he's all right too. He's all right. They may be friends. Yeah. I remember Simon interviewing Patrick Valenza, and he said he was always drawing. Oh, he said he was always drawing. Is that the end of the sentence, Annie? That he has so many sketchbooks of random drawings. Yes, I'm sure that this entire deck are based on his random drawings. But they are so sweet. Let me see, where are the... They are so, so sweet. And they all look like they know each other. They look like they are friends. The people that he drew, or the creatures that he drew, I prefer to say. Look, he looks so proud and even a little bit funny looking. Like you see him walking down the street and he thinks he's all great, but you're like, really? Why are you so dressed up for nothing? It's a Tuesday, right? But I don't know, there's a warmth to this deck, even though the colors are pretty cool. Yeah, Alan, Patrick Valenza is awesome. I don't have any of his other decks. I was tempted by that big oracle. What's that called? The big oracle that the Blood edition came out later. But actually, I was kind of waiting for the paradoxical version of that. Then I think I would have gotten it. I'm also a little bit sad that I missed out on the Seance edition of the little Mildred Payne pocket oracle. But then again, I'm not sure how I would use it. I'm not an oracle lover at all, actually. I like tarot. I like this diving into that system ever so deeply, deeper and deeper every time. I mean, you can tell. I don't have his the one that everyone likes, Deviant Moon Tarot. I don't have that one either. I don't feel that it's the same vibe. I feel that this is kind and sweet, um, and fun, and the deviant is also all of that. But at the same time, I think it's just the medium for the artwork. I like to see that it at least starts off hand drawn. This is amazing, I think. And then the deviant moon, even though it's really cool, you can see it's computer made. And that to me gives it a little bit more of a distant feel. I don't know. I'm sure some decks will change my mind, but that one didn't. I was just kind of like, oh man, I would have loved it if it was drawn in this way. This is me. Hi, nice to meet you. Everyone loves DMT. Talking about drugs, are you? Everyone loves Deviant Moon Tarot. Yeah. Yeah, but I like this one. This is mine. Oh, look at the star. So dreamy. And it's easy to see the shadow side as well. Yeah. Okay, before I flip through all of these, I'm going to have to show you the last 4 cards. So I also made the 5 of Swords. And I made this sword red, like in the Kama-Jodorowsky deck, because I liked that, because, I mean, it means red means active. But also it reminds me of blood. And even though I didn't add any actual drips of blood this time, this is the 4, this is the 5. I did make it red, and as you can see, I like the dark red. I don't have any. I don't have a red marker that's bright red. Anyway, they say red, but actually they draw pink, each and every one of them. So that's the only. That's a bit sad, but apart from that, yeah, I like this one. The only thing that I really changed in, well, it's all my style, but also like I could have drawn the extra sword, the 5th sword, in the back of the black swords, like it's supposed to be in the Kama-Jodorowsky deck, but in a Patrick Valenza, he made it actually come through this hole in the 4 swords. So I kind of like that. I think it looks pretty good still. And then, almost there, I started drawing 9 of Cups. So again, you see V plus 4, V plus 4, so that's 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you come 9. You're going back to sleep? Okay, yes. Yes, take care of yourself. Lieve groetjes. Lieve groetjes uit Amsterdam. Bye. Yes, I will. I'm having fun here. You know, let's actually start the conversation. This is my 9 of Cups. Made sure there was enough black in this card. Didn't want it to be a pink candy floss looking card. Also, by drawing the cups, I realized not only the difference in which way the water is drawn, that I had noticed before. The water is drawn in this way until the 6. Then it goes the other way, I believe, right? But then I thought all the cups were filled like this. But then I noticed that in some cards they're filled like that. Like little smiley faces. Yeah. Why is that? There's a distinct difference. I can't check it now because the book is underneath the laptop to keep it from overheating. Pro at work. But yeah. Then one of my favorites started drawing. I drew the 7 of coins. It looks pretty cool. And I finally made something out of this foliage. Why it's there, why it's in this shape. Because I was always focusing on the 4 pentacles in the corner and then the 3 in the middle forming an active arrow upwards, you could say, an active triangle. And then also having the other side of, reading Marseille like this, like footsteps. So you always first read the bottom of the card and then you add the top. That's also an option where you first have this stability and then you have a receptive triangle. Why is that like that? So there's that whole thing with the 7 where it is the Chariot and it is an active number, but at the same time the 7 of Pentacles is all about going inwards and seeing what actually makes you happy, you could even say. But instead of focusing on the coins themselves, I had kind of overlooked this beautiful shape. So first of all, it looks like the symbol for the feminine symbol, like you can see in the Empress in the Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Oh, they smell so good. They smell like the incense. It's gonna be the last card. This symbol. Yeah, and that's also the symbol for Venus. But then it got me thinking. It was like, yes, exactly, symbol of Venus, Alan. And also the feminine symbol, that's the feminine symbol, right? This. Because for male, it would be the little circle and then the arrow going upwards, like Mars. And then I realized it also looked like a handheld mirror. Like you're at this point in your journey where you're actually holding the mirror in front of yourself and you're looking at yourself thinking, what do I want? And then also there's this, I'm thinking about that now, that thing in Snow White. Is that only in the Disney movie? Because that's all I know. Snow White about with no, not Snow White. It's also Beauty and the Beast. The mirror where you can talk to and say, I want to see where is Beast right now, and then it brings you to, I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, I don't know. That just drawing this card actually brought me there. But as you can tell, I'm not completely done with that analysis yet. I have one more card for my own deck to show you. But in the meantime, pouring myself a cup of, I think that's chai tea. So I'm probably weird and gross because I really like chai tea with no milk. I just drink it like regular tea, and it's really strong in the mouth, but tastes good. Yes, Magic Mirror of Beast, showing the other places. But I don't quite remember. Is that the end of the story? Like it shows you who you want to see? What would this be then? Because we are talking about oneself. This ooh. Card slinger. This is the pentacle that we want to get to. This is the one that's added, that's being grown like a seed in that plant. I don't know, because it's supposed to show you yourself. And it shows the other places in this present moment. So it's not about future or something like that. Oh, I have to think about it. That's fun, right? Having your own symbols in the cards. I made a whole video about that too. So here's the last card that I drew yesterday evening, and I wasn't sure because his face looks a little big, but then I checked the Jodorowsky deck, and actually the proportions are all off as well. His feet are like this big and his head's like that big, so it's Jodorowsky's fault, or whoever drew the tarot first with the butler, with the magician, and didn't pay attention to his proportions, or actually maybe wanted to make it seem as if the card is drawn from that perspective, like selfie perspective, so that your head looks bigger than your feet, something like that, because you can see all on the table. But anyway, I drew with pencil, and then first thing I do is draw over it with this black fine marker, and I was drawing his mouth, and oh no, it looks like a mustache. Can you see? That was like, oh, I almost gave up on this guy. But then I figured, you know what? It's my deck. If I draw this magician and color him completely, then I already have a butler. And if I really cannot stand him, then I can just draw another one and use that one in the deck. Because I have all my cards cut exactly to the same size with my paper cutter. I also have a video on how to trim a deck. That's how I made sure, that's how I was able to make these cards the right height and width. I think he looks all right. I wanted to use the traditional colors in him because he has that look where he needs these colors, I think. And then everything on the table and in his hand and everything, that's from the Kamran Jodorowsky. It's actually exactly that deck, but I did tweak it a little bit. Like he doesn't have any round, what's that, scallopy clothes. They're all pointy, which I prefer. Yeah, I don't know. I think all right. He's all right. So those are the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those are the 11 cards I have so far. And I still think I'm crazy for doing this. But once you start, looks pretty good. Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. I guess, it's always like that. The one who drew the picture always sees what's wrong with it. I must say, I definitely like the pips better than the face cards so far. They are a little bit harder to draw. But yeah, I do like these little details. Like I don't know all the colors for him yet, for instance, but this little light blue triangle is an active triangle that points towards the heavens, the spirit, and the light blue also means spiritual. So it like emphasizes. I just love working with those secrets of the tarot, you could almost say. Because you can, you can read the Hermit like we always do, but then having that little bit of confirmation, you could say, finding that treasure, that detail, that truth, that secret in the card, it's so magical to me. It makes me like, I don't know, it makes me love the tarot more. It's like a mystery, watching a detective. I love those, or reading Agatha Christie books. They're all kind of silly, but I love them. It's a mystery. And Sherlock Holmes, just it's a similar thing. And unlocking the secrets. And yeah. I love the Hermit too. Yeah. Yeah, Hermit is special, isn't he? He's doing his own thing, completely independent. And he's very wise from turning inwards, from from being quiet, being in solitude. I think that's beautiful. And Annie, who now went to bed, asked, do you prefer to keep your decks in wooden boxes or pouches? And I showed wooden boxes. I do prefer that. But as you can see, this is a pretty big box. The deck's like that big in there, which is all right. But I only have 2 of these big boxes for my Rider-Waite-Smith Centennial and for my Triunfo de la Luna Paradoxical, this deck. I don't have that box here now. But they do take up a lot of space. And it's not right for every deck. So some decks I keep in their tuck box. And sometimes I feel inspired to make a pouch. This I made by hand probably a month ago. This is sad, guys. I made this for my Druidcraft, which I edged in blue and green. So there's all that in here. Yeah, you can really tell it's for the Druidcraft. The colors really, it makes sense, right? I don't have the Druidcraft now, but, and I made this pouch for that specific Druidcraft tarot deck that I was going to take with me in April, May, end of April, beginning of May, to England, because I planned a whole trip to London, Glastonbury, Bath. We were going to actually do a private tour of Stonehenge, go to all those gorgeous museums, the museum for what's that? Not Jane Austen, but you know what I mean, I think. And also the not costume. I don't know what I'm saying, like the old dress museum. I forgot the name, but now, of course, it's not at all going to happen. And I'm so sad. I was actually going with my mom. It was going to be an epic thing. I never did something like that with my mom. I'm now 32 years old, and it's the first time that I was like, I know that we both like England and British things, and I wanted to soak up that whole atmosphere of London, but also then Glastonbury and all of that, and now none of it's happening. Yeah, see you later, Ellen. Yeah, so that's a bummer, but it happens that I make pouches just because I think this is the inside. Just because I think it suits the deck better, or I don't have that many pouches, or because I think this was just, to me, travel sized. On the other hand, I feel I need to make another because what would be even better to bring for travel is one of those tarot cloths with a ribbon that you can fold your deck into and then tie it up, and it's kind of like a pouch, but even better because you will always have a tarot cloth. And I don't care about tarot cloth. I do tarot on a table. It doesn't really matter. But when you're abroad, when you're traveling, I'm not sure about, the cleanliness of every surface. So a cloth would actually be really handy, in my opinion, to do that with. But I didn't get around to do that yet. Speaking of England, what do you think about the Sheridan Douglas tarot? Lots of purple there too. And it's, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful out there. Very 70s, but not cheesy. I'm going to check it out because I like 70s stuff. But I must say, Font, where are you from? I am picky about tarot decks. Just wondering, can you still see me while I'm searching the internet? So much to find out about this live stream. Sometimes it does feel like I'm talking to myself, but yes, you can still see me. So it's kind of awkward, me going like, I found it. Looks promising. But yeah, I mean, I think you understand, but the Druidcraft for England and for all the sites that we were going to see, it's all in that deck. So I brought Druidcraft specifically for, all of those places. I also have the Wildwood, which I love very much, but honestly, I read a little bit differently with that, and I just wanted a comfortable Rider-Waite Smith. But it's not going to happen. So I can only see the magician because he's on the box. In the UK, but not British. Yeah, is it your full name that you have there? Because you sound kind of the name is kind of, I don't know, Scandinavian. Oh, here we go. Ooh, yes. Okay, that's very bright. That's very bold. It reminds me of the Albano Waite, which I had. I had a 90s version of the Albano Waite, but I sold it to someone who appreciated it very much. So I'm glad. But I couldn't read with that. I think I really need the quality of the actual 60s deck, which I may never get, but I'd rather just have someone else have that deck, the 90s Albano Waite, and use it rather than me having it and not using it. Yeah, we can be really picky, right? It looks really cool. But still, I really do only buy decks that I think I would use. And this deck, I think I have something better, It's like Lisa from Supportive Tarot. She makes videos about anti-hauls, how she looked at a deck and was really interested by it, and then went through her collection and realized that she already had something similar, and that kind of like scratched the itch. I must say I like them. They're pretty cool. I like those colors that don't go together, put together, just like nah. That to me is cool. Yeah, I do like them. But there's something about it. I don't like every card, you could say. I like the Four of Coins. I like the, what's that? Seven of Cups. Oh, that's interesting. The Wheel looks fun. And the Queen of Swords, love those colors. Now, you see Two of Coins, I'm not so sure about that. Nine of Wands looks like the Green Man. I have no idea if I can show you what I'm looking at. But anyway, I'm past an hour. This was fun. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to finish these videos. I just wanted to try it. I'm really glad that it actually worked. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for passing by. That's also fine. And I will do this again if I have something else to talk about or show you. It was nice. I feel like now more than ever, we need a little bit of that connection. Yeah, because I'm positive. I'm a positive person. I go like, okay, we have to stay inside. We're not allowed to, see each other in real life. It's not virus season, it's uploading season. So I upload a little bit more. But instead of just throwing out content there, which is appreciated, and thank you for that. That's great. That's why I do it. I do that also to start up these conversations. And I think that if I were to do another live soon or ever, then we can actually have this conversation live. That would be cool, right? I mean, I already had it here a little bit with you guys. So thanks so much for that. I feel really happy about that. And I feel accomplished today. I actually gave an online class earlier, and now I'm doing my first live chat. So thank you so much. I'm going to leave you here. Here it says end stream. So I'm going to click that button, and then hopefully this stream will actually still be visible for other people to watch later. I hope that's how it works. Oh, glad you liked it. David Sheridan is a great artist. Looking forward to see your finished tarot. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Although, if I keep this up, it will be done within currently predicted virus season. I'm going to call it the Corona Tarot. No, that's a bad joke. Cannot edit that out. Thank you. That was lovely time. Thank you, person. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, I'm actually going to go now. Bye, and I'll see you later. See you in another video or someone else's live chat, because I love those. Okay.